Good morning. So I decided that I didn't want to get out of bed and be cold and put my makeup on. I do put my makeup on in bed quite frequently, but I thought I would do a get ready with me because, why not? I'm bored and my YouTube channel is filled with just random content, so why not keep it going? I'm probably going to be effing with my hair the whole time. I have my phone on my tripod, on my bed, not a level surface, so, and I cannot really see the bottom half of my face. Okay, let's see if that's better. I'm going to fiddle with this for just a second, bear with me. Oh, that's a little better. Oh, much better, okay. Okay, I tilted the part of the stand forward a little bit. So, okay. The lighting is good in here. I can see myself. Of course, when I take my glasses off, then that's going to be another story. So, good morning. I'm Josie. I post a lot of random content. I'm almost 40. Mama too. I work from home. I'm admin on demand. Have my own business. I work mostly for real estate companies and small businesses. I do back-end stuff, social media. I don't do websites. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't know how to. But I do get asked that all the time. But I can do social media pages, Google, stuff like that. Mostly I'm not as tech savvy as some of the newer crowd, but I do a lot of the boring stuff that people don't like to do, and I'm okay with that because I love it. So today, my kids are still out of school for the Thanksgiving break, and my son has an appointment. So I'm going to get ready and then do a few things around the house, and then head to our appointment. And then probably do some shopping after that. I've got a couple of household items I need to get. I've gone out 3 times this past week to get TP to stock up on it. And forgot it. TP, toilet paper. So now we're down to like 5 rolls. And I'm freaking out because I'm one of those people that always like to make sure I have a good stock of toilet paper. But anyway, I'm so sorry about this tripod if that's bothering you in the video and makes you feel seasick. So anyway, if this is the first time you've ever seen me without my makeup on in some of my videos, I'm getting a lot more used to seeing myself without makeup on, and I did that kind of on purpose because I was very much the type of person that was, I won't say addicted, but felt like in my mind I had to have makeup on every single day and every time I went out into public. I decided I wanted to desensitize myself of seeing myself without makeup on, especially on video, because, and this is kind of silly, maybe you might think it's silly, I don't know, because I sometimes will get random thoughts and things that I want to express and put on video, and I don't always have time to put my makeup on to do that before the thought is gone. And I watched this Dr. Phil show of several years ago. I mean, we're talking probably 20. And something kind of interesting was said in that, where he had a lady who they were saying was obsessed with putting makeup on because of vanity reasons. I don't know what his diagnosis was, but what was really surprising to me, because she didn't do like full glam or anything like that, it was a long time ago before like makeup became like a really big thing. I mean, makeup's been around for a long time, but I'm saying we're like women YouTubers are putting like tons and tons of makeup on. What I mean is, she was just putting her normal, what I would say a normal amount of daily makeup on, and he pulled the audience and himself as well, because, you know, men don't pay attention to anything like that. And they could not see a difference between her non-makeup face and her made-up face. Now, I, of course, being a woman and who pays attention to things like that, I could tell. But then I got to thinking, like, well, if no one's really paying attention and they're not looking at you as long as you would look at yourself in the mirror, like, you know, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're looking at all of the imperfections and the things that you want to hide. No one is really looking at you like that out in public, and unless you're like taking pictures or what have you, the need for makeup is not as important as you think it is. And so once I got that in my head, and like within the last like 4 years, I've thought, I need to be comfortable in my own skin, my own face, and that's the way that I look. And I love makeup, and I think that everyone should wear makeup because it does make you feel so much better about yourself when you can look in the mirror and just look at your face and not look at imperfections. So for me, it's my KP, my keratosis pilaris. It's my lack of eyebrow hair, you know, my non-existent eyelashes because they're blonde. And now that I'm older, it's my melasmas, you know. But I got to thinking, that's me, that's my face. I am this way. I am still beautiful, and I needed to desensitize myself from seeing myself with makeup on always, and not really looking at my face without makeup on. Like, every time I would go to put makeup on, it would be looking at my face and going, oh, I need to hurry up and cover that up. So I'm much more comfortable now to be on screen and talking to you, and to making TikToks where the camera is pretty close to my face, and just like, hey, it is what it is. I would venture to say a lot of women don't wear makeup every day. A lot of women I know don't wear makeup every day. So I thought, well, if they're fine with going out in the public with their imperfections, then they don't care, you know. And I need to not worry about it, because most of the time people aren't looking at you that closely. So anyway, just thought I would share that. And now I'm going to put my makeup on because I like it. So get ready with me. Put your makeup on. Let's chat. So I am going to put my coffee down after taking another sip. Okay, new topic. Putting a coffee maker in my bedroom was the best thing that I have ever done. I've kept up with it for, I think, maybe a week and a half, and it's the best thing ever. I posted a TikTok about it when I did it, whatever it was, a week and a half ago, and I was just thinking to myself, like, why didn't I do this sooner? One of the other reasons why I wanted to do a Get Ready With Me this morning and a chit chat is because I wanted to talk again about my ex, and more importantly, my thought process for allowing him to treat me the way that he treated me. And I just, it's so, what's really irritating about, let me put this down, and I'm gonna put my hair up, because if I don't, then all you're gonna notice is me playing with it the whole time, and that's just as annoying for you as it is for me. Why do we allow ourselves to be treated badly? And I want to preface this, and I'll probably say this over and over again, because I really want people to know that my situation wasn't that bad. My situation was that, for whatever reason, this man whom I've known for 20 years, I've respected him, I've put him on this pedestal where I've always looked at other men, other relationships, and thought, well, he doesn't have these characteristics that Damien has, or that he has. And I don't, and it's not because those characteristics are valid. I allowed him to treat me badly because he had all of those characteristics. And so then when we broke up back in July, and if you are watching this YouTube and this video and you remember a video that I posted then, when we first broke up, I deleted that video. And the reason I deleted that video is because I ended up going back to him when I said that we were done. And so this time I have not made the mistake of saying that I'm completely done with him, because I don't know. And I've gone back on that multiple times. Almost like I challenged myself. Oh, really? You said you're not going to go back to him? How about you really miss him now and you want him back? No. That's not the point of this. The point is I have to keep reminding myself that our two personalities do not mesh well, and that he has some kind of hold and power over me that takes my voice away. I don't know why I allowed that. Why I apologized for things I shouldn't have apologized for. And we're not just talking about like mild apologizing, like, I'm sorry that the dishes weren't done, or I'm sorry, or it's something dumb. You know, this is my house. Why I apologized for anything that happened in this house to him, or with my belongings, or with my food, or anything, I don't know. And I think we just really want to be like courteous to our loved one. But at the same time, I was apologizing for how I was cleaning my cast iron pan, how I was buying tea, how I cleaned the laundry, how I sorted the laundry. I was apologizing for there being stuff on my work desk. It's my desk. Why do we feel the need to apologize? Why did I feel like that? And I would catch myself saying that I was sorry. And I really wasn't sorry. I shouldn't have been sorry. So what I was trying to explain to myself when I'm sitting here this weekend, like, missing him, is remember how you felt when he was here. Like, there were a lot of positives. I'm not saying that there weren't positives. I remember feeling safe and loved, and like he wanted to take care of me. His actions showed that, but his words did not. He would pick fights with me about things that have absolutely nothing to do with him. Pick fights with me about, like I said, how I cleaned and did stuff around the house. I'm not getting ready at all. 13 minutes into this, I haven't put a stitch of makeup on. Okay, so I just really don't. I have to keep telling myself, no, don't message him, which didn't work because I messaged him 3 times since I broke up with him. And it wasn't to say, like, let's get back together. It was like to say, like, how are you? I said, it feels weird not talking to you every day, because he was coming over every single day. And I think if I had a little bit more of a time to myself in these last 4 months when we broke up, excuse me, if I had a little bit more time to myself, maybe I wouldn't have felt so, like, claustrophobic with him being here all the time, or felt as much of a pressure to keep the house a certain way or whatever, because that was another big thing. Like, I felt like I had to always have everything done when he got here. And it took away a lot of time, not just from myself, but also from my work and my kids. And so I not only was I thinking about those things, I was thinking about him all day. All day. Thinking about when he comes over, I'm going to have to make sure the kitchen is clean because he's probably going to want to cook. I'm going to have to make sure that the laundry is done so that he has a work shirt tomorrow. Which he kind of left it open, left that up to me. And, you know, living alone or living with myself and my kids for a very long time, and then having somebody here all the time that I had to worry about, that was never going to be okay with me. That was never going to be okay with me. You know, I was doing, I guess if I want to make a joke about it, I was doing wifey stuff when I was just a girlfriend, you know. Don't do that. If you are in that situation, don't do it. I shouldn't have been doing his laundry, and he had a whole place where he could have been doing that, and he didn't have. I should have spoken my feelings and said, I think every other day would be fine for me. But the thing about it is, if I had spoken up for myself, if I had made when he started on his bull crap about things that are inconsequential to him, if I had just shut it down and said, I don't want you to talk to me this way, I'm not stupid, I'd like to end this conversation now, which is what I've been telling myself. Like, if this ever happens again, not with him, with somebody else, just shut it down. Why allow that to continue? Why let that conversation continue where he was just going on and on and on, trying to be right? Specifically, like, what really broke my, the straw that broke the camel's back, the whole conversation, I keep like replaying it in my head, because that night it finally like clicked. This isn't going to be the last time that he picks a fight with you, makes you feel like crap, ruins the entire night, and just belittles you. This isn't going to be the last time. This was the most ridiculous conversation that I've ever had with him. And it wasn't a conversation, because a conversation is two people talking. It was one-sided, because when I tried to make my point about the fact that the tea is my tea, and there are different kinds of tea, and he could not understand why I needed to buy another tea, was the silliest conversation ever. That he doesn't even drink tea. He doesn't even drink that kind of tea. He was arguing with me about a $1.29 box of tea that I did not ask him to buy, or that was gonna have no difference to him. So I realized after that, after I apologized and said I was sorry and apologized for upsetting him, that I was like, no, I cannot do this. I cannot do this with him anymore. I would have asked him to leave that night. I would have asked him to leave that night and not, and be done. However, he had been drinking. And that leads me to my next negative, that I have to keep reminding myself, that he drank a whole lot more than I was okay with. And he wasn't hair hanging on me. He wasn't the type of drunk that was falling down or slurring his words or violent or anything like that. But I did not realize for a long time that he was drinking all the time. Drinking on his way down here. He lives about 45 minutes away. Most of the time being drunk before he even gets here. And I was not going to have that on my conscience to say that if I made him leave, that if he got in an accident, then it would make me feel like it was my fault. So I cried for a couple hours that night when I ended up catching myself apologizing to him profusely for upsetting him about my tea that had nothing to do with him. That I never asked him for a solution or a response or an opinion about it. It was just a conversation that he decided he wanted to be right about. And since I didn't let him be right, he like threw a little pouty tantrum, and we were supposed to watch TV together in the living room, and he comes into the bedroom and says, "You can watch whatever you want out there. I'm sitting in here." Over what? And I was like, how did we go from having a good night to this? So then I sat in the living room for several hours and put my kids to bed and crafted, and I did watch my own show because he likes to watch football, and I wasn't going to be watching football without him because I have no reason to watch football. So I have to keep reminding myself that these little things were never going to stop because they happen almost daily. So anyway, I guess I'm done. I really just wanted to like remind myself of how frustrating the whole situation was with him, and how I don't miss that, and missing him means dealing with that, and I don't want to deal with that. I shouldn't have to deal with that. I said it to him in my text when I broke up with him that I think he has something in him that makes him want to hurt people. That makes him want to be nasty to people. And I think there was a saying, if you have to feel strong by making people feel weak, you're actually the weak one. Like I should have never ever allowed that narrative to go on. And I think that is something that is really hard for a lot of people that may be in this situation that can't get out. Like, I can't imagine if I had kids with him, and I very well could have, that I would have been stuck dealing with that. I am a strong-willed person. I am very outspoken most of the time, and I don't typically let people talk to me like that. So, and I have to, I just, why did I let him have that much control over me? I don't, it's disappointing is what it is. So anyway, I've got hair hanging everywhere. I wish I could pause this. So I paused it so that I could stop thinking about that and remember another topic that I wanted to talk about. But I didn't really find anything good and interesting, so I apologize. This video is weird, but what I decided that I was going to talk about, my next topic, is organization. So I have this problem where I like to move stuff around all the time, and I end up creating problems where there were no problems. It's usually just, I think it will pop up into my head, and I will be like, you know what, I think I have a better place for that, or I think I have a better receptacle for that. And then I end up creating problems where there were no problems. So one of the things is my makeup, and I have yet to find a solution for this, aside from like going and buying like a makeup caddy. And I usually try to use things around the house first because I have so many receptacles. Whoops, I did not want that. So what I have decided, I will no longer be buying. And this is the biggest one I have, and the last time I will ever buy it, but it was really cheap. This is too big. The size of this is too big, and this is what made it so that I had to keep changing receptacles. And I'm one of those people that I can't just throw things away, even though I have dozens more eyeshadow palettes that I could do the same thing. It's too big, and I will no longer buy makeup palettes that aren't like this size. That's it. Also, don't need any more makeup palettes, so that solves that problem right there. Once the colors that I use a lot in this are completely gone, I use this a lot and this a lot. Obviously, these are bronzers, blush, and these lighter colors. Once these are gone, I'm throwing this thing away and I'm done. I'm not even going to worry about the other ones. It's a pure palette. I got it on clearance at Kohl's, and I like it, but it's too big and it takes up too much space. But I have so many that I could throw it away today and be fine. I just don't have a lot of that color blush that I like, and so I'm gonna have to find a replacement for that. But sometimes I use bronzer as blush, even though that's not blush. Obviously, blush is like a pinky rosy color, but my cheeks are already red thanks to the KP. So anyway, if you're wondering what I used, I can't really tell you because I made this. So this is a mixture of mineral powders and foundation powders and random powders that I went up like crushing up one of these compacts that are if I hit pan, and so I've hit pan on this one, but I still got a good bit left, so I will wait till it's like the outer edge and then I will crunch it up and put it in here. I like mineral powder. It's just always something that I put other stuff in there too, so can't really tell you what it is because again, it's a lot of it's L'Oreal because I got a whole bunch of it when I was couponing. That's another thing. I really want to get back into couponing, but I feel like I would buy stuff sometimes just because it would work with a deal, and then I was like, I don't need this. I had to like tell myself like, no, you know, don't spend money because you'll get an extra buck back if it's not something that you need. So ooh, this is so pretty. I got this in an Ipsy bag a long time ago, but it is so gorgeous. I decided I just wanted to stick my finger in that. Yeah, so I'm not like a makeup guru or anything. I just put it on because I like it. I'm going to do my eyebrows and my mascara, and then I will be about done. I need to look in my stockpile, haha, for another mascara because the ones I have are about dried out. I've talked about this mascara before on other social media platforms, but this one I will show you is by far the best. And a YouTube makeup person, Tati, is actually the one that turned me on to it. It's like $3 to $5 at CVS, and it's amazing. It's Essence Lash Princess. It's amazing. And now it's almost dried out because I've had it for like 2 years, which I know you're not supposed to keep mascara for that long, but I'm one of those people that like can't throw things away. So, and you're supposed to do this. You're not supposed to pump it. I am still what can you do? You know, you learn these things and then you have a hard time getting away from them. So this is the way I put my mascara on. I don't know. I've never seen anybody else do this, but it's always been the way that if I do it like this, then I get mascara up here. Now, sometimes I still get mascara, but I'll look down into the mirror and then swipe up. And I know there are so many different ways to put mascara on, but start at the root base, and then I do the ends, and I use the tip of the wand to get those ends. And I always get mascara on my eyelid. Always. So now I'm just used to it, and I will just deal with it. So I went through this phase, question mark, where I was trying to do all reusable, homemade products. Now I'm mostly out of that. Or should I say natural products? I'm mostly out of that. I see a hair I need to pluck. I'm mostly out of that. There are a few things that I have continued to buy, even though they're more expensive, that I can't not use, because I liked the natural alternative so much better. And that is dishwashing liquid. My favorite is 7th Gen toothpaste. I just cannot go back to using Crest or Colgate. I don't have a specific brand of natural toothpaste that I like, but it has to be natural toothpaste. Right now I'm using Xylee White, and it's Now brand, I believe. But I purchased it from Amazon. And then one day I was at the Goodwill, and there were 4 boxes, brand new, not expired, unopened, for $1.99. This toothpaste is like $6 or $7 on Amazon. So I bought all of those. So now we have toothpaste for days. But anyway, it's my favorite. I just can't, I'm plucking my unibrow right now. I just can't go back to that foamy, heavily minty, sweet toothpaste. Just gross to me now. The other thing is laundry detergent. Now, here was a big thing. I was buying expensive natural-based laundry detergent. So like 7th Gen is a good one. There's one, oh shoot, Ecos, I believe. That's a good one, but it's expensive. And I do think it worked, but I've switched now to, I was on a gain kick for a while, and now I'm on a gain kick. I'm sorry, a Tide kick. I was on a gain kick for a while, now I'm on a Tide kick. And I think it's important to switch up the laundry detergents, but now I bought Persil, and I've used it for about 5 loads, and it's really good. It really gets the odor out. So my daughter works at a buffet restaurant, and her apron and shirt, just, it's so hard to get that grease smell out of it. And I had to like soak it in vinegar a couple of times to like, it makes everything else smell like grease. So I used that, and it made a world of a difference. I won't say it completely took the smell out, but it really did make a world of difference. So I had a couple of like random hairs just everywhere. I'm gonna pause this again. Okay, I had to think of another topic so I get off of that. But so I've been crafting a lot. That was my last couple of videos talking about crafting and thrifting, and just I'm hoping that I've always loved to craft. Always loved to scrapbook, but then I got out of it for a long time, and it wasn't until about 4 years ago that I started scrapbooking again and doing finally starting my son's scrapbook albums, and I hope that I continue with it and don't let that go to the wayside again, because it's really makes me feel good, you know, and we need something that we can enjoy. But junk journaling, altered books, glue books, I excited about starting a new one. And so my next, well, not my next, I don't know what my next video is going to be. I want to, on January 1st, be completely done with this, my first junk journal which is actually an altered book. What I want to be able to do is film the flip through and show everyone the beautiful pages that I created and what I decided to do with it. So when I started this book, it was a huge book, and I did rip out a bunch of pages from it, but it's still like gaping, like it's a chunky girl, but I adore it. I love it so much, and I can't wait to film the flip through, which was one of the biggest reasons why I got this tripod, but it has come in handy. I need to finish this eye. I cannot wait to finish it. So I will leave that. I will leave talking about that so that I can keep it for that video. What I decided also was to do a December daily. So this is my first time. This will be my first time making a December daily. And I absolutely love the style of the book that I am using to alter the book. I'm constantly on the lookout for another book like that now. It's a hardcover book with a spiral bound. And it's one of those comb bindings. It's harder to find in that size that you would think. I look at books at the thrift store and the antique malls all the time, and I've not seen one like that. I mean, for a decent price. So I'm really excited to start that. And I printed off today a prompt list for 31 days in December. And I'm hoping to follow that. But also, I just watched a video from Barbara with 49 Dragonflies here on YouTube. And she is going to be doing ephemera. I believe that's what it is. Well, actually, I just read her newsletter, and I believe that's where she said. But in a video that I just watched of her, she mentioned it. But it was from like a week ago. But it appears that she's going to be doing ephemera every day for 25 days in December, and I'm really excited to also participate in that. But we shall see how that goes, because not every you can hope to journal every day or craft every day. I guess if it's really a passion of yours, you will make time to do that. But I think what has worked best for me is doing it in the morning on normal school days, when right after my son goes on the bus, because I'm already up. I'm typically I don't want to say dressed, but like I will be a little bit more put together, and I can just sit down and just work for an hour or two at my craft desk while it's still super early. Oh, I got this eyelash all because I was talking, and now it's dried, and it's all smashed on the bottom. Anyway, I can just, bang a couple of things out. So that's going to be my plan. In the craft group that I'm a part of, we are doing the 25 Days of Christmas surprise. So I have my box all ready from my partner, and I'm really excited to start that. So I will be in the craft mindset for at least every day, because I get to open a little present every day. I'm so excited. It's really a lot harder than you would think to come up with 25 things to give someone. I had to end up mailing my partner 2 boxes, which was a fortune in shipping, but I figured it was worth it. She's a good partner, and I gave her I purchased some things for her from the thrift store, but they were new in package, and a couple of the things were kind of heavy, and bulky. So I would have had to either mail a huge box, which probably would have been just as much. So excited for that. I have not really started Christmas shopping yet. I have ideas about things that I would like to buy, or not necessarily buy, but do for my family, my parents in particular. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that this year, just because the things that I want to do are a little bit more on the pricey side. So what I'm thinking is like maybe doing like an IOU, or saying we'll do XYZ when, you know, my when I can pay it off. Basically, that's what I was thinking of doing, was doing like a payment plan. So I don't know yet. I don't know. I have to come up with something. I really kind of wish my goal is to eventually not have to do this, not have to have so much weight put on gift giving, because I'm not religious and I don't think that you should celebrate Christmas necessarily if you're not doing it for the reason that Christmas is a thing. But if you really go back into history, like, you know, Jesus wasn't really born in December. So, I mean, I guess it just is what it is. I just don't like gift giving, and it's not that I don't like doing something special for somebody. It's just I don't like how much weight is put on Christmas time, presents, etc. I would rather have an experience, you know, go and do something fun with my family, or just spend time together. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. My kids don't need anything. But you know what? I don't want to take, what I realize is I don't want to take the joy away from someone else giving gifts to my kids or myself. I just don't like feeling the way it feels when you can't reciprocate in the way that you would want to reciprocate. You know, because of course if I had the means, I would do the gifts that I wanted to do, more thoughtful things. But you know, it's just not feasible. So I'm going to try to figure something out today, when I go to take my son to his appointment, and put a little bit of thought into what I can do. Oh, I want to talk about this eyebrow pencil real quick since I'm using it. This is from Makeup Geek, and I had heard of the gal who does Makeup Geek. I watched a video of hers about like 6 months ago, maybe a little longer than that, maybe a year ago. And I really, really liked this eyeshadow palette, the way she was using it. I've used it like twice, because the colors are really bold. But they are very pretty. But when I got on the web series, the other one I bought, the same time I bought, it's so pretty. Haven't hardly used it. The same time I bought those, I bought this eyebrow pencil, and this eyebrow pencil is really good, but it's not forgiving. Like if you make a mistake, it's hard to like get it off of the skin, and I don't use it if I have to be quick, because I am not very precise. But it's like it's not like any other eyebrow pencil I've ever used. It's very pigmented, and it's almost dry, almost like you're putting like a powder on. It's not like tacky or waxy or anything like that, but I think it does a really good job. So okay, am I done? I have been talking. I lost the cat, guys. I have been talking for a long time. Okay, I need to get closer in this. I have a little where I got outside of the line up here. Eyebrows are such an important part of the face, but yet if you don't have a lot to go on, I don't know why it keeps going in and out. I'm sorry. Okay, what do we think? Think we're good? Oh, Lord. You ever, like, take your glasses off for a while, then you put them back on, and you're like, how was I even seeing? My glasses are so dirty. Okay, well, I'd love to hear in the comments, your thoughts on my first Get Ready With Me. I think it's my first Get Ready With Me on Facebook. I'm sorry, on YouTube. I have done Get Ready With Me on Facebook when I was doing the makeup thing all the time. Yeah. So, I was looking at my cat. Anyway, so here's up close and personal view of the makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye! I'm gonna have to turn this to turn it off.